What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We've got a very special episode today. We're going to be talking to my brother here, Dennys, about how to think like a consistently profitable trader. And what I was saying to you a second ago is, over the last year, as ASFX has grown, we've seen a lot of traders transform, some quicker than others. But I think you embody this idea of transformation, not just in your trading, outside of your trading, better than anybody else. So for everybody listening, we're going to talk about the way to think like a consistently profitable trader. That's going to be our theme, but I think you can pull a lot of value out of what Dennys brings to the table. So, D, I appreciate you driving, making the trip, and getting out here for this.
I'm glad I'm here.
It's good to see you. I know we haven't seen each other since the Philly seminar. We're going to talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
But before we get into that, introduce yourself to everybody. Give them the short story. How long have you been trading? How long have you been with ASFX? Stuff like that.
So, how long I've been trading for? Like, I would say a year and a half. Because it was April 2019 when I started like actually studying Forex courses.
Got it.
And I bought my first FX course and stuff like that. And I got into yours in August 18, I would say.
Okay. So like
a whole year now.
Yeah. Not too far into the career.
Yeah.
How many courses did you buy before ASFX?
3.
How did they?
Not 2. Sorry, 2.
Do you think that most people that you've talked to now that you're in the community and people start to know who you are, do you think that other traders end up doing that too, where they buy a bunch of courses before they find a place where they land?
Definitely. They try different systems. They try different strategies.
It's not always a bad thing though.
Yeah, no, it's not. Actually, I do see that a lot of people tried a first system, right? And they start testing it. But this is different from like, they don't find consistency, but it's not because the strategy is not profitable. It's just because they don't stick with it because they're not winning like they want to. So they jump from strategy to strategy until they start realizing, oh, it's not the strategy. It's me.
Right.
And then they could actually go back to the old strategy and work for them now because of the mindset that they changed. Oh, now it's better. Okay, now I understand why.
When you think of your transformation over the last year as not just becoming a better person, but becoming a better trader, more aligned with who you're meant to be, it seems like you give off that energy now more than when I met you last November. What do you think has been your personal biggest transformation? Like what stands out to you that made the biggest difference out of everything?
So I'll say knowing myself more than like ever. Like, when people ask me or when I thought about myself, what is the value of trading? Like really, what is it? It's not the money because it's not the freedom that we all want. It's the value of trading for me, at least for me, is that I get to be the best version of myself actually, because it's so hard to be at the desk by yourself at 4 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning and deal with yourself. It's not that easy like people think it is. So, knowing how to deal with yourself,
self-awareness, So what's helped you, do you think, more than anything else, get closer with that self-awareness?
I'll say meditation.
Yeah, I know that's a big thing.
That's a big thing for me now. Meditation is actually how and now I feel, even when I get emotional as a trader, that I'm emotional right there.
So you can feel that emotion more,
yes.
is what you're saying, because of the attention that the meditation is helping.
And I can catch the emotion real quick before it gets me and I start making mistakes as a trader.
Interesting. And then that can help you make better decisions.
And that can help you step out.
Yep.
And not commit anymore.
Do you think that most traders lose money, the guys that you've talked to, at least because they're getting in their own way? They lack that self-awareness?
I think so. I think they're not aware of what they feel when they're trading. They're
trading
in this zone that, okay, I lost, but I'm not moving away from the desk, but I can miss a re-entry. I don't want to do that. But they still getting hit. They're still getting, those losses.
Do you think that emotions should be ignored or controlled?
Control. Not ignore at all, because how are you going to ignore emotions? That I hear a lot about all the traders like, what is emotions? What is emotions?
Right.
I don't know no, you cannot do that. Like, you have to be aware of, like, I'm feeling mad. Why am I feeling mad? Oh, okay. And then you start working with that,
Interesting. And I feel like as you ask yourself those questions and you try to piece that answer together, that is teaching your brain to address problems differently. It's teaching you like a different way of thinking. Who outside of the meditation has influenced you a lot in the last year? Because I know you started reading more books now than ever.
Yeah.
So how have the books stepped in and helped?
Everything, bro. Like the books. I would say Gary Vee outside of trading.
Are you still watching Gary actively?
I don't.
And me neither.
And you know why? He said it himself. He's like, after you see me for a while,
Bro, we know. After you see me for a while,
you don't have to
go
listen
do something
to me anymore because you already know.
Right.
So I think that's what it is.
So I'll tell you a funny story. We went to this event, short story. We went to this event for Gary Vee in Philadelphia. me, my brother, Eric, Eric, his
Yeah.
brother, my buddy Zach. It was a whole little gang. And we were all wearing ASFX shirts like you're wearing right now. It was funny. We look cute. And we went to this event for Gary, and we waited like 5 hours into it because they had all these other crappy salesmen go up trying to sell their product of real estate or stock trading, whatever. And then Gary gets up there and he starts talking and he's like, for most of you, like, I think he said, like, have you ever heard of me? And everybody was like, yeah, like, of course
We're here for you.
We're here for you, bro. So he's like, so if you've heard from me, now that I've done my little spiel today, there's nothing else that I can do for you other than tell you to get up, leave, and go do something. Bro, this auditorium had 20,000 people in it. Half of them got up with us and left. I swear to God, it was crazy. And
you
then,
have to do stuff.
bro, and there were people coming. John Maxwell, the motivational, like he's a motivational author.
Yeah.
He was coming on to speak after. Nobody was there for him. Half the people left. But I think it kind of puts into real life, especially from Gary, who's like a pretty regular guy, you like to think, it puts into real life how hard work is really, I think, a big component out of everything that we're trying to achieve. To be the best version of yourself, it is going to require some difficult decisions and some hard work. Do you think that people more likely don't want to go down the path of self-awareness, or do you think that they try and it gets difficult and then they fall off?
I just think it's that they don't think it's important.
So you think it's just ignored?
It's just, I don't know, if you're growing up, I know that people make fun of meditation.
Of course. It's corny.
Meditation.
Rah, rah. Right. Yeah, bro. Absolutely.
And I think because they have that in their head, they don't want to meditate. They don't even think about it because they think it's just something that is nothing.
Right.
I would say sometimes I thought, like, when I was early in my life, like meditation, okay, I think this is just for
monks.
I don't know. Yeah.
Right.
But I was like reading books now. We're going back to that question, reading books and listen to Mike Bella and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He will say, I put my traders to like do some headspace.
Yep.
And I'm like, what's headspace? Meditation. Oh, okay. And that's when I started digging into meditation. I talked to Riley about it. She helped me with it. And now I'm like daily.
So now I feel like too, as you were saying that, it made me think, as we live through this weird time where social media is such a big part of our lives, like we're attached to the phones, right? That, I think, like the cell phone stuff is like the opposite of mindfulness. It almost makes us want to be with our thoughts less, whereas if you were with your thoughts and in your own head more, you could solve more problems. You could make decisions differently. Like, I think that that's something we're almost like as a society being programmed to not be mindful. But at the same time, look at this, like you're somebody who just started doing it in the last year. I know Chris, he was somebody who he thought mindfulness or meditation was just breathing,
Me
right?
too.
Right. That's what a lot of people, so it's just, I think there are still some people waking up to it too. And I think with good reason, like Mike Bellafiore, like speaking on it, putting you on, putting other people on, him vouching for that is going to put out that value, which could wake up other traders. It's interesting. But even look at what I said, like for the title or the theme of this video is about how to think. The mindfulness, the awareness, like that is a way of thinking. It's a way of like living every day. You know what I mean? Thinking about the decisions that you make before you actually make them and the consequences of that. Yeah. It's interesting. So now let's get more technical on the trading stuff.
What's up?
Well, I feel like because people have seen you grow, like I said, in the group, and they've always tried to follow the leaders of the group, and you've always stood out. And what I wanted to even touch on was the business aspect of it, because you've grown your trading business from like this tactical, let me just learn how to do technical analysis, to, okay, I got that part down.
The process,
Now I want to make this a real thing. You took it from a hobby to a real business. So what have you done over the last year to share with everybody about setting up?
So over the last year, it's been a tough, long journey for me, because when I started way before the Philly seminar, I even remember when I bought your course, it was the building risk profile. That was the webinar that you got out. And you were like, yo, you want this webinar? I'm like, hell yeah. So I got it, not even thinking about it. I'm like, I know what it is to buy a course. I took risks before buying other courses, so why not Austin, that I've been following him for like when I started like learning about Forex.
Right.
So I bought your course. And for over the last year, I was just focused on learning the ASFX system. I was trading another system before your system, so I was like kind of mixing them
trying
together.
To get that out of your plate, get the ASFX really focused.
And it was hard for me. It was
That's hard for everybody, bro.
Yeah, to just let go of a system and start forgetting all these rules that I knew and start doing new rules.
Absolutely. Even with
putting
indicator
money
right,
and stuff.
Right.
So it was a process, and just one day I just realized what's better. What do I like more? What fits my personality? Do I want to wait for a setup for 3 days and lose in that setup and then be done for the week, or do I want to be a day trader and find setups every day? You know, like ASFX system. You see C setups every day, and some people trade C setups,
right?
And that's fine. I'm not have nothing wrong with that. But like even B setups are kind of like 4 or 3 a week, not in the
time.
past, not in the past 3 months,
but it's not every day either.
But it's a day trading strategy that you can always get in and out in the same day. So I've been focusing on learning your system over the year, and I still am, because I still do markups, and we still adapting to the market every day. Right now, like so the A1 D1, there is still the same foundation, but like if you're not keeping up with the market, you're gonna get hit.
Absolutely.
So you have to be willing to always do markups and learning the strategy.
So then with that, like that, I feel like shows a characteristic too of the people I know that are doing the best is that they always are learning. They're always trying to do better and grow as a trader, like you're doing. I still do markups every day. I still do the Facebook recaps. You still got to stay sharp. So that's the technical side. What about on the business side? Because I know you set up the entity and you've gotten that rolling now with Awanda, right? Yep. And this isn't an endorsement of a broker or anything like that. It's just the broker that we decided to use as of this filming. Yep. But you set up the business account. So tell us about how that process was.
So I had that in mind since the Philly seminar. Back then.
Right. So that was like the big next goal for you after the Philly seminar.
So when I was in the Philly seminar, I still have my unregulated broker, bro.
Right.
And that seminar was like an eye opener for me. I was like, why am I keep trading with this unregulated broker? I have to get out of this, you know? I don't want to like withdraw with cryptos. What is that, you know? And so by the end of the year, I think I did my own on the personal. Yep. It was a personal account, but regulated now, and took all of my money out. And
so step one was get to the regulated broker.
Yes.
Still a personal account, not a business account.
Not a business. Okay. I had the business in the site little task that I had to do.
Yep.
But I was like, let me get my personal first and start trading regulated.
Yep.
And that's what I did. And actually was saving money, because when I was in the Philly seminar, I was in debt, and I kind of like had a 9 to 5, but like I got out of that job.
Right.
And that was my last paycheck. So I used the last paycheck to fly to Philly seminar. So it was all a risk. I had no money, but I don't care.
But you kind of had a plan.
I had a plan. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. You knew that if you could figure it out after coming and hanging out with us for that event, it would make you be a better trader, help you save money. The next step was get with the regulated broker. Then you got the regulated broker. Then you ended up opening up the business.
So yes, save money, regulated broker, save more money. Right. And keep trading. That was basically my plan until you get the business. It was too quick. It was too quick for me because I was saving a lot of money. Like I didn't spend money on it. Yes.
Right.
I wasn't spending money on nothing. I was just saving, I would say 50 to 70% of my paychecks.
That's crazy, bro. Most people do not live like that.
Saving.
That's that grind mentality. That's
and
that
helping
hustle.
My family. Yep. Like if I have a couple bucks left, I was like, we need help here. And then whatever. But like everything else, not for me, just for the plan.
For the plan, for the business.
So 6 months into 2020, I was like, okay, I had a lot of savings, but I don't want to put this into a personal account for what? Because if I keep making money, let's say trading with this big account now, my taxes, what? Right. No, I need to get this business first and then start trading as a business. So I had all of the money in the savings, and I still have my live account, which was growing too, you know, up and down because I was trading it, you know, and decided to just let me get this first. And then I started like researching LLCs, going back to the Philly seminar because you had a slide of like business.
We talked about it a little bit.
So I knew that I had a book. They're talking about day trading, business. What do you have to do, you know, with the office and taxes? So I was reading all of that, setting the mood. I had accountant, so I was talking to her.
So you went with a professional?
Yeah, I was talking. She is familiar with everything, you know, but so she was helping me.
Sure.
I was talking to people like you, people that have LLCs already.
Trying to learn.
And even my landlord, bro. And he helped me a lot.
That's awesome.
He was like, just get it done. It's easy to just open the LLC, get it done. You have to spend some money, right? But you can always fix your LLC as you go, you know.
That's why you saved the money, bro. You saved the money for that, for that moment. So you just didn't know that cost was going to come up because it was something new to you. It's the first LLC you ever opened. Like, what do you expect it to know? Everything? They don't teach you this stuff in school, bro. But this is the real way to grow a business. This is the real way to actually operate in America right now. So you set up the business. You set up the LLC.
Did it.
Set it up with Awanda.
Yep.
Put the money in there, and now you've been trading that money.
Yeah, exactly. So I had to like sit down. You knew this. I had to like sit out of live trading for 2 months
because of the.
And we were talking to me, and you said that no, you have to demo trade. You cannot like
just. You can't sit out. And I think it was a good
think
call,
that was
bro.
the best thing
Yeah,
I
because imagine
ever-
if you had taken
bro.
2 months off.
Yes.
It would have made you not sharp.
Yeah, and I stay sharp.
Yep.
Trading demo, bro.
But wait, explain to everybody why you had to take 2 months off. Short version.
Okay, so for Honda, it's a regulated broker, U.S. business. So it's a lot of papers that we have to go through to open an entity account.
Mhm.
So all I needed was a bank statement. In the bank, I had to wait a whole month so the bank statement will process
The whole
I can
month.
show
Yeah.
it to
Yeah.
Honda.
Yeah.
And Honda can approve my account so I can deposit and withdraw safely,
Of course.
And that was a big thing. Everything was set up. Everything was nice. No problem. But the bank statement was the thing in my way. So I was like, and I was so excited to trade that I took all of my money off my personal account to just stop trading the personal and trade as a business. But I couldn't because I have to wait for the bank statement.
Got it.
So, and it was a process of a whole month. So that whole month, I just stayed doing markups, keeping up with the routine, staying sharp, and demo trading.
I think the demo trading there is something that not only kept you sharp, but it shows how very little ego you let get in the way of you and being successful. Because a lot of people will not want to step back to a demo account to scratch the itch in some trades or to stay sharp in periods where they're just not actively trading. Like I know guys that are, when they're up going into November and December, they stop trading for the year because they're already up, but they don't actually stop trading. They're trading paper money and it helps them stay sharp. I feel like more like just back to something I think we talked about a little bit at the beginning, just getting in your own way and stuff like that. I think in that situation, especially look at the market right now, it's been very uncertain. You can really hurt yourself, like you said. And the way that you have kept ego out of the decisions that you made, which is like, you know what, instead of me taking a risk where you were already in the plan, like listen to what you said, you were already like 3 steps into the plan. You were not, let's not take the risk of maybe keeping a little bit and trading that little bit of money or just not trading at all. You didn't take either of those risks. You were like, no, I just need to stay sharp because then when I can get the money into the account to set up, then I can get rolling. It's interesting. And I
think it was the best decision I did.
Bro,
actually.
I think that's a huge, it's a turning point. Like if you had decided to not do that, everything would be very different right now. You know what I mean?
So too.
Definitely. What do you think for people that are like newer into ASFX? What do you think they're struggling with the most?
I think they're taking a lot of just they get the course right now. Let's say 1 month ago.
Sure.
And they just want to see the setups right now.
Sure.
And right now the market is not giving those setups. Last week was a nice week. Like we seen move
it
overnight
came back alive.
and even Thursday that was beautiful GCAT trade. It was amazing. So I'll say that they want to see those setups every day. And when they don't see them, they force something. And that's when they're getting hit.
Don't have any expectations. That probably should be in the next course or disclaimer, wherever it is. Like you can't have expectations. I definitely didn't talk about that enough, I think, because now that I've been in the market atmosphere for 5, almost 6 full years, like seeing 6 cycles of that market on a yearly basis, right? It's just interesting to now be able to look back and think like, even there on the expectation of seeing those trades present all the time, I think there's a false expectation in a lot of traders of how much money they can make from trading. You're not going to go positive month on month on month. Bro, I saw this statistic when I was doing the research for that last webinar. They said something like 94% of traders cannot make money 5 quarters in a row. So that means even if they make money for an entire year, that 5th quarter, start of the next year, they still end up losing money. 96, 94, whatever percent of them. A lot of them, 9 out of 10 traders. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
But I think you have to have that understanding when you get into it.
And you
know what I mean?
have to have a risk profile for those time periods.
So you can't get your ass lost.
Exactly.
Right. Yep, absolutely. Isn't one of the 4 agreements don't set expectations?
Yeah. I mean, it's don't make assumptions.
Don't make assumptions. Similar, right? Couldn't you kind of use it the same way? Like don't make assumptions that the trading plan is going to, like the ASFX systems are going to
Don't make assumptions you're going to be rich.
Right. Facts. Facts. But also like don't make assumptions that trade signals are going to present every day. Who said that? No one in the universe has ever said that. You can't assume that just because you think you're a trader they're going to present every day. You know what I mean? It's interesting.
But yeah, I will say too, like for the new traders, they're trying to keep up with the advanced traders a lot.
That's a good point.
And I don't think that's a good idea. I think you are new, and that's fine. I was new a year ago with the ASFX system, and that was fine by me. Just ask questions and just post in Facebook group.
Get feedback.
Yeah.
Accountability.
And it's a lot of people, so you might not get the feedback you want, but like there's gonna be people that are always gonna like, always help you.
Yeah,
so
the coach.
I would say don't hide. Just show up.
I mean, I've told you, I think before, like some of my biggest, I think, problems in my trading when I started were always with accountability. There was no one holding me accountable to looking at every trade that I would take and putting money on the line. So
that's a big thing.
yeah, I think
You have to.
even though we have this group and there are a lot of people and they can give you feedback, just alone the accountability you can have with yourself with the group to say, yo, I'm going to post my markups every day. Are you still doing markups every day?
Bro, I talked to Riley about me not doing as many markups anymore because it was so much. I was pulling like 70 to 100 markups a week. And I was
Bro,
like,
that's crazy.
yes. And
Sounds like we're talking about moving drugs. He's like, I was moving 70 pounds a week, bro.
So I was like, I got to stop because I think it's overwhelming me a little bit. Like, it's too much work. I'm not saying you don't have to, but I'm saying you have to be more selective.
There's definitely a line.
You have to be more selective with the markup so you don't overwhelm yourself.
So now what are you doing?
I'm doing less markups, but it's still 40 markups a week. And I'm like, why am I doing this? I still don't, but I think it's just something that I do now.
Yeah.
And I cannot stop. But like now it's easier. It's easier for me.
You're faster.
It's faster.
You're typing faster.
And I'm understanding like, okay, this is a trade idea. Not as important. I just know I'm aware of it, but I'm not gonna mark it up. I'm gonna mark the playbook play.
Interesting.
This is what I'm marking up.
That's what I was gonna say. So then does that mindset then trickle over into when you're actually looking for
So when I do markup, it's like if this is a trade I will put risk. Yes, then mark it up.
Right.
If this is an idea, does it align a little bit with your edge? Yes, then mark it up just in case in the future you have to trade that pattern.
Right, because if it shows up again, that's what I'm saying.
Yes,
Even though you might feel like it's doing a lot, I feel like it opens up your eyes to seeing more of those patterns, to seeing more of the things that are going on. You know what I'm saying? So with one of the things that I've personally struggled with in trading has been, I don't want to say comparing myself because I really don't think I'm comparing myself, but I get distracted often by the social media and by all this stuff on my phone and what people say they're doing. What have you done to keep that noise off the plate?
Bro, this is...
Because I know you're not big.
No, this is and I wasn't, now anymore.
Right.
I wasn't big on social media, but now I am. Like, I'm not in it like that anymore.
Right.
And I think it was when I saw this documentary on...
The Social Dilemma?
Yes, I saw that one and I was like, what the hell? And then I turned off my notifications.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yep.
Just I left the messages and calls for family and emergency stuff, of course. But no social media at all. So they I don't see any pop-ups. So it's so in the Evo journal, I have it and it tells you how you're gonna focus today.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna let social media distract me. And I'm leaving my phone on silence. It's 4 a.m., 3 a.m. Who's gonna text me?
Right.
Right. So I just leave my phone like that, and I don't touch it until I'm done with my pre-market activities. Right. And even when I'm trading, I don't use it because I think it could distract you a lot.
Right. So
leaving my phone on silence,
just
and
ignore it,
not
and then
having
the
notifications.
Yeah.
I don't touch my phone. I can go now with no. This is big. I cannot go with distraction for 2 hours straight. I proved it. I was 2 hours focused on something.
And no phone,
nothing else. Just
that'd be very hard for some people, bro.
And I was like, you know why I knew it's 2 hours? Because I had a playlist running on YouTube, 2 hours playlist, and it ended, and I was like,
where'd the 2 hours go?
Yo, I spent 2 hours.
But that shows you the power of your focus, bro, without the distractions. That's what my feeling is always like the social media, it is. Even the notifications, like you said, the dings and the things popping up, I have most of that turned off.
Yeah, but I think it's different for you
because I got I have to answer questions, so I got to pay attention. But bro, even that, like with the Discord chat, like right now, I got 25 messages. Like I can't take 25 messages on a Saturday. I can get back to them in time. Like I can take care of everything over time. But for my own health, I'm like, I got to just not. I can't do it all at once. I can't do emails, Instagram, Discord. I can't. It overwhelms me.
I will say,
yeah.
That maybe for you, just go straight. I know you've been doing it. Just go straight to the coaching trade ideas, and just type there and don't look at anything else.
That's what I do in the morning because when I wake up in the morning,
it will be better for you.
Sometimes I have 5 messages, sometimes 10, so it's always different. 20, something like now, so it's always different. So I go right to the coaches chat, and those people have to wait. It's just like it's no beef on them or the business, but it's like what I feel like I've learned, like you have. I need that space.
Yeah,
I can't be in other people's business like all the time. I need to be in my own space.
They know. They seen all the traders getting a little bit goals on the Discord chat or back time in Telegram.
100%.
It's not because we don't want to talk to you guys anymore.
No, it's just a distraction.
It's because we have to focus on trading first.
Absolutely. Because once you learn how to read and you know what you're looking at on a chart, you could be thinking that this is a great long opportunity on GCAD, but somebody in the chat might say something that'll like, oh, there's divergence on top, you should say, oh, all right, then I'm going to not take this trade. Where you were fine before you said, and it could have been a winner if you were reading it correctly.
I have an example of that, and this is a real thing, and it's for James. My bad, bro. I'm not dissing you.
You know he's watching.
Yeah. So James, he's up before me. Yeah. He's up. He's even trading when I'm waking up. So I have
because he's in South Africa. For everybody listening, he's in South Africa.
So on the notification, I have them on for that chat because it's not a crowded. It's only 2 traders and me.
Yep.
So he will send charts. I'm in GA, and I'm like, oh, what? Right. Because I know he will trade something high probable because we've been working on that. He's not trading C setups.
So you know it's a good
I know
trade.
when he's in is because it's something good.
Right.
So that got in my
That's
way
some
one
heavy
day,
trust, bro.
And it was like, yo, James is in a trade. I have to get in. And that's bad.
Bad. Very bad.
That is bad.
You know who does that? I know a couple of people in our group. I'm not going to say their name just because I don't want to roast them, but I know a lot of people that trade from bed. And I feel bad because like I'm up before them, and then they see me doing a trade or see me talking about an idea, and then they're looking at it from their phone. No. I got to remind them, get up, get to the desk, and then build your watch list. Then if we have the same idea, then let's talk about it.
If you're late, you're late.
If you're late, you're late.
You cannot do nothing
just
about
like last week with those 4 trades.
Yeah, so Thursday was, so for those ASFX guys,
EG,
GCAT and GA.
GCAT, GA, GCAT.
Bro, GCAT was the one, I didn't feel anything, but I was like I said in the paragraph that I said, I was grateful for seeing.
Yeah.
And I was like, right when I was sitting down and up, because overnight list, it was GA and GCAT that I had because I saw a nice TDI, L50 and nice EMA. So I'm like, we could potentially get some good signals, but I didn't know it was going to be right when I was sitting down. So sitting down, I was watching GCAT breaking up. And I was like, we might get a pullback as a second level and get in on that one. But no, because you got bullish divergence, shift candle, and that's it.
You made me think of a good question for you. I'm interested.
Yeah.
What, like, in that situation, that's not always the way you've handled it, where like you've seen something happening, you wake up 15 minutes after, 30 minutes after, and then you chase it. Now you're able to stay away from it. Don't just say meditation. What has helped you stay away from that type of a trade?
Taking losses.
Just losing?
Like,
and you're just tired of losing?
Yeah, yes, definitely. So when I say taking losses is you see an entry presenting.
Yeah.
And you rush into it without even looking at your questions, parameters.
Right.
And you take the trade just because you know how to read it.
That's a really good point.
And I've been taking losses just because I know how to read it.
But you're not following the plan.
I'm not following the plan. Like, I'm not following the questions. Is it divergence?
Right.
Is it oversold? Are we inside? Those type of questions. I would just say, I would just see good EMAs, good L50 entry, take it.
Right.
And that's bad. Right. And I done it, so I took losses on it. So now when I see a signal presenting, when I'm sitting down and I know it's entry signal, I have to be like, I'm not done building my watch list. What if there's something better than this entry?
That's happened to me a lot, where I'll look at GCAD, I'll jump into that, but GJ is better, and I didn't even look at that, and I should have been looking at that, and if I followed my rules better, I would have done that. So I could definitely relate to that.
That will be the one, taking losses just because rushing into a trade. It's like forcing the trade or chasing it.
Chasing it, yeah. I think that there's another type of trade. I was actually going to make a video about this, like the different types of trades. Some of them are like the chase trade, the FOMO trade. One of the other ones that I was interested, I don't think you suffer from it very much. Maybe you did before, but like the board trade, where you're just at the desk looking at the charts and you just take a trade because you're looking at the charts, even though you've already gone through your questions on all of the pairs and there's nothing that's there for that day. You should be getting off, and you're just bored.
At the beginning.
At
the beginning, I was just doing that, but I realized real quick because when you journal, you have to write everything. So I was like seeing the same mistakes, just trading for trading, and I don't think I fixed that quick. So now it make me more selective with my trading a lot.
I think too, and now like going back to what you said a couple minutes ago, the like self-development that goes along with trading, and you can show up and be the best version of yourself. What's the quote from Mike again? Something about you have.
He was something stuck out to me. It's like he quoted, it is unacceptable to not reach your full potential as a trader.
It's an interesting way of thinking, that it's unacceptable to not reach your full potential. I guess what it makes me think first is like, you can't call yourself a trader if you are not constantly trying to grow. You're not a trader. Isn't that fair to say?
Yeah. I'll say that they quit too fast, or they don't try to grow from, if they're comfortable, they just don't look for more.
Right.
That's not reaching your full potential.
But why? What do you think keeps people in that position? I think personally, I always think it's lack of money. They want to make money. They think they need to trade to make money every day, and that's just not the way that it works. So I think it's always back to lack of money, which kind of leads me into my next question. What do you think about these prop firms and these funding companies? What's your honest opinion on them?
My honest opinion is a good way to like start something, right? The thing is how are you gonna depend on someone else's money? You know?
Yeah.
What if they're out?
What if they don't pay you out?
Yeah.
What if they go out of business, right?
Like you're making money, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say this because you're seeing your money growing, but
right.
like,
are you actually making money is what you're saying.
so whenever you make the withdrawal, that's fine. If you get it, perfect. But like, what if next month you don't got that money anymore?
Right.
What if they're gone?
Right.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, and I think too, like some of them with the challenges and the stuff that they said in the way, it's almost like it can make you build bad habits. I saw a tweet today that said like a lot of traders, one of the worst things that happens to them is they take a trade that's not on their edge and not on their rules, and they win, and that builds bad habits.
Yeah.
So I feel like the same way the challenge, like with
Force you.
Yeah. How you like 10% in a month is very achievable.
Yeah.
But what about if it was October? And then we were talking at dinner last night. What if it's November where you only have 2 good full weeks? What about December where it's only 3?
Mm-hmm.
Like
It's tough.
it's tough. It makes you. I think it can build bad habits.
You have to know the cycle of the market first to like, okay,
I'm gonna start this later or whatever.
yes,
Yeah.
you know.
But even there, like, I think as a trader, you shouldn't try to set those goals. I've talked about that. I feel like a lot. Just the idea of like, oh, I need to make $10,000
in 10 days.
Yeah, like
let's say.
come on.
Or
how are you gonna know that the market's
1
gonna
month,
give you that opportunity?
mm-hmm.
It's hard.
What
it's almost
if
impossible.
after 15 or 10 days or 20 days, nothing presented, and then the last 7 days, all A setups?
All of them, beautiful trades. Right, right. Well, if you could go back to when you first started, is there anything that you would change with your trading in the
Anything
career?
I would change. I would say that no, because everything that actually I went through as a beginner and I will say I'm still a beginner. I'm almost at year 2, but I will say nothing because everything that actually I went through
It put you here.
Yep. So no, I don't.
So
think
no regrets.
No regrets at all.
I'll tell you, I think one of mine would be pay more attention to logic. That's why I try to make logical decisions going forward. Like, where was my logic when I was funding $75, $100 Trader's Way accounts and just blowing them?
You helped me from that.
You learn. I'm not regretting it, but where did my logic go? It's a good question.
But I remember back then when you were trading, 2015, was it?
Yep.
There's not a lot of traders doing this stuff, you know?
No, dude,
like
it's been
new. It was
it's
new.
crazy when you think about it. It's been that long. Like it blows my mind kind of because back then, where were all these people that were on the internet talking? Was I just not in it? Yeah. No, I was looking. Like I've been growing this Instagram since 2015. So I've been out there on social media trying to find them, and it's exploded, bro. Just so many people getting into trading. And that's another thing we were talking about last night, just how many people now can get into trading, but there's so many crappy ways to get into trading.
It's tough.
And you had a girl, I think, that was, do you know who I'm going to talk about?
Yeah.
What happened with that?
I just, now
Did she ever go with IML?
Ooh, no.
No, she never did?
No. I don't know. I think she quit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're charging you. They charge you and they're not doing anything for you. Yeah. So it's like, what are you paying them for?
So when I see those companies, I know they're not going to last in this business at all. But none of them.
You're 100% agree. I agree so much. But I think it just kind of tarnished the image of Forex trading. You know what I mean? Because now when people hear Forex, they think multi-level marketing.
Yes.
They think scam right away.
It's so dumb. I'm going to say dumb. Like, let's say this analogy. You play street basketball, right? And there's some street ballers, you know, they're good. But like, let's say you're just normal player. It's like you joining the NBA just with that skill. You're not going to last, you know?
And that kind of goes back. Now you're making me think a little bit. That's going back to even what we talked about with the expectations. I feel like people expect to be able to come into trading very quickly and make money very quickly. Yeah. Even if they get the idea that they can't trade every day and they can't force trades, they got to just trade. They still think that they're going to make 4, 5, 6x on their money in the first year, which they could. But I think you have to give credit to the time that it takes to learn a skill and get that knowledge. Look at doctors, look at lawyers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you made me think of something. And Mike Vela, I'm sorry, I'm going to keep, because I've been reading his book. So,
well, you know, everybody knows he's such a big influence on us.
So he will say on my traders, the new ones, first year, I'm not expecting anything from them, not to make money. Why they will expect to make money?
Right.
Why you are expecting yourself to make money if I'm not expecting from you to make money? So don't just learn.
Right. So just stay alive.
Yeah. So when I think about that, I'm like, yeah, why am I expecting myself to make these big gains right now?
Right.
Just
for what?
Straight, just learn, you know, just don't worry about that. So that's
What's next with you?
next with me.
Yeah, I'm interested to know.
So I'm focusing on finishing the year
Okay.
to, I don't have any monetary gain, like goals to like reach this amount of money.
Good.
Nothing at all.
That'll just distract you.
I just want to finish the year knowing that I did my best 2020, right? That's what I'm focusing on. Now, next year, it is basically to get better, of course, but like to repeat the same kind of like what I did on this year of like growing.
Take those good habits.
And
Focus
do it
on carrying
again,
them over.
but like keeping it up to build something better. In the future, my plans in the future. I'm not gonna happen next year. I know that for sure. I'm not even rushing it.
Right.
I know I'm gonna build my boxing community in my gym. That's a big thing for me. I think this is like
That is the
when
big.
you talk about retirement, that's
the
me.
plan. Yep.
Okay. So, but the trading is gonna be there always. I don't think I can let it go anymore.
What do you think about like the influence that you've had on some of the traders? Because I know you don't create like a ton of content, but you definitely still have influenced other traders.
So
how does that make you feel?
It's a little bit like how. I don't know, but I think I know why.
Bro, that's so interesting. You're so humble.
Yeah. It's so I know I'm always saying good morning in the general chat. I'm showing them I'm here.
That's all it is.
When
It's
I
just
say good
accountability.
morning,
Yeah, it's just
I'm
like,
here, guys. Good morning.
Right.
And I go in the live trading ideas and I share. I'm not looking at anything. I don't like anything else. Oh, I'm looking at GN, GA, blah, 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 blah. So they know I'm here, but I'm not having conversations.
Interesting. So it's like,
But they know I'm here. And I will share my trades. I took a loss. I got shop around EA like I
that's what I was
said.
gonna say. They're learning from your actions, not from just your words. If you talk,
Yeah.
you're like not even doing any talking. You're just coming in and talking about the trades. Learn from the trades.
Yeah.
Do you think that I guess it strokes the same part of you that will be stroked when you have the boxing gym set up? Once you have that, like, because you're providing your service, you're providing your value, but you always have to give yourself more credit, bro, because like I think you do have such a big impact on the people in the chat and the people that are reading and looking at what you're saying. But more so than anything else, where I think you show as a good example is in the consistency that you still show up to the Facebook recaps.
Yeah.
You still watch all the YouTube videos. You still are in the chat every day. How many people fall off? So when others see consistent people like yourself, they're like, I trust that guy. I'm going to stick with that guy.
Yeah.
It's almost like it makes it easier in this business to stand out and be real if you can just survive and if you can just be honest, you know?
Yeah, so I used to post a lot about my losses and wins on Instagram, but not anymore. You know why? Because I got distance with social media. I'm not in it like that.
Right.
And I don't think I should be always showing you what I'm doing. That's not me.
100%.
You know, you are growing your business with Instagram, right?
Just different.
Anyone can. We have to, I guess, with the internet war right now. So eventually I will have to get out there and start something. But like, it's not like I need that, you know, like, so that's why I'm like only on the chat sharing with them, because we're in this together right now, not people outside. You know, I don't.
No, and it just shows you prioritize trading over everything else.
Yes.
Like nothing else is Instagram is not as important as trading. All this other, it's just not as important as trading. Do you find that the people that you're talking to, James and these other guys that you said some people have been sending you DMs, do you find that they all have the same type of issues, or do you think that there's a lot of different variety?
So I will say no. I will say that they want to know more. They want to grow, how to do better back testing, how to find better setups, how to
increase probabilities,
have a better routine, stuff like that.
Interesting.
It's just they want to grow. They just don't. They're not like, what are you doing? You're doing better than me. Nothing like that. It's just like, what book are you reading? Oh, okay, I'm gonna read that one. Stuff like that. You know, they ask me stuff like that.
What was the best book of 2020 so far?
To me,
it can't be the playbook, right?
No. I'm not.
It's a good one, but
yeah,
it's not.
It's too much stocks, but like it's just helping you how to build your playbook.
Sure.
You gave us the playbook, ASFX playbook.
Now you got to
which helped me now implementing those tips in the books to actually now what is the holding the EMA, you know,
right?
That's a trade to hold,
sure,
because it's holding the EMA, so it makes you think, okay, I'm holding, I'm not closing,
right?
So you know, but what was the question? I'm sorry.
No, I don't remember. It's okay. So I guess like my last kind of where I was trying to get to at the end here. It's just the
best book. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, because I wanted to give people something tactical that they can, if they listen this far, that they can.
4 Agreements.
You think, bro? That was literally. Did you see the video I posted
Yeah,
yesterday?
I know you posted.
Yeah, that's what I said. The book that everybody has to read is the 4 Agreements.
That was the best book I ever read.
Now you guys got to go read it. If you listen this far in the video and you haven't watched or read the book, you got to go read it.
Yep.
So I think 2020 or 2021 that should be everybody's goal, is at least finish that little book. It's like this thin. You can definitely finish it.
You can finish it in 2 weeks or 1 week.
Yep.
Yeah.
With your trading, 2021 definitely going to be bigger. Definitely going to be. We'll keep going.
Yeah.
Definitely bigger. Definitely better. Do you have anything that you would leave everybody with as far as like final advice that they could apply into their own trading that you really think has helped you?
Lindsay says it all the time. She said, focus on yourself. You cannot just have this expectation, these assumptions of like, you're going to be great. You have to just know your place. If you're new, you're new. And this is where you're at. So accept that. Accept that you're new. Humble down and start studying and start getting better. Don't just rush into things, because you're going to get hit real quick in a wall. And you're going to think it's a scam, or you're not meant for this. And that comes to not reaching your full potential.
That's fire, bro.
Like,
so tell everybody where they can get in touch with you.
So I'm not big on social media. Like, I'm not posting a lot, but you can follow me because I share a lot of stuff. I share your stuff. I share everyone's stuff.
You share interesting stuff. It's not just me. It's you share some articles that I always click on, the Bloomberg stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And I even share, stuff. And even on Twitter, I share like stuff conversations that we have, like, back then when you asked me about how to approach when you miss a setup, I post stuff like that. So you can find me on my name, Dennys M Trader.
Easy.
Simple as that. Yeah,
and
easy.
I'll put the link in the description. So,
all right.
Bro, I'm glad
that
I'm glad we got to do this. I think everybody's going to find some value in it. And now that we did the Philly seminar, now that we did this, I think the next seminar that you come to, we got to get you in front of everybody talking a little bit.
Be awesome.
Sharing some of your trades.
They could see the growth, from
That's what I'm saying, bro. People follow, they respect that. I think consistency and growth is what people respect the most. So you're killing it, bro. And I'm excited to see 2021.
So you, bro.
Thanks, bro.
All right.